Today we're going to be doing one of the hardest challenges in this game, which is going to be a solo tournament in Anime Expeditions. For this video, we have a lot of bag modifiers. We have traitless, we have 23 upgrade cap, and we also have decreased unit range, which is rough. We do have Storm and Gale as the bonus, and Terra and the Light as the negative. Starting off the run, you will need to place all of your farms right away. I will also be showing their respective builds while the game is also ongoing. So don't you guys worry if you guys are curious. And of course, once you have your 3 farms down, the very unit that you need is going to be Dark Mage. Of course, this is a no trait, so you don't need to care about unbounds. But the very important thing is you want to put the Dark Mage as forward as possible. There, the display enemy health bars. And look at this, we have the Lightning Orb at the start and Lightning Orb at the very end. So everything that encompasses this entire track is going to be covered by the Judar. And of course, since we have double Judars, we are going to place the second one down. Same style, we want to place it as forward as possible, but covering the back end so that we also cover the very back. Now, we need Gauther's Rewind to be very efficient. And also, I'm going to be showing you guys the perfect placements. Yes, there are perfect placements for Salmon Sorcerer, Ice Queen, and I'm also using Ice Mage. However, other people do not use it. But honestly, there's no other unit you will need. These 3 are the perfect units that you actually want. You have 1 Rewind and you have your main DPS. And the same thing we are going to do is, of course, once this actually switches to the lightning phase, there we go. It's placed down another one at the back. And same thing is happening. They are taking a ton of damage. I'm going to go ahead and off this right now. And if we were to take a look right here, why is it doing that? Because of the passive from the Lightning Orbs. When he switches to Lightning Orbs, enemies that are touching the Arc of Lightning will take 50% of this unit's current damage every second, which is why it's very OP. And the Arc of Lightning is, again, wherever it started, it ends on this track. Super broken unit, Dark Mage. Guys, if anybody is telling you that Dark Mage is not the best unit in the game, they're literally just gatekeeping it. Gauther right here. And Gauther needs to be fully upgraded. And of course, since we have this upgrade restriction, we will need to sell off the farms later on. But the important thing is we already have this maxed out. You can actually, the most optimal is at upgrade 7. And then this one you want to try and get as high as possible. I believe you can get both of them to upgrade 7 equally with Gauther at the upgrade number 8. So if you guys have made it this far already, I'm going to show you guys the perfect placements for all of these slows. Firstly, you're going to put down a Salmon Sorcerer, and it's always very important that this unit will be on last. Next spot for the Salmon Sorcerer is going to be over here. This is the spot I'm using. This is going to be targeting last. This is very important that they face this way so that if it's just last, it actually just hits everything in the way. Same thing applies over here. Next up, we want Salmon Sorcerer to cover over here. And Salmon Sorcerer also has a passive. When they step into the circle, they actually freeze for a bit. And then we're going to switch this last. Next up, we have Ice Queen. Now, Ice Queen is not a slow unit. It's a straight up pause. This is a very good area to actually place it. A while ago, I actually tested it here. But I think this place is also very viable. We can just pause it. It doesn't pause it right away, but it actually does work fine. So these 2 are the spots. Next spot that you will want to use is going to be over here. And then lastly, you want someone to cover the back end. So you want to put this over here, which actually guards this entire area. So that's pretty much going to be someone who can actually pause them, right? Next up we have is going to be Ice Mage. Ice Mage is again a slow unit just like Salmon Sorcerer, so you don't want them to be as close because it actually lasts for 5 seconds. The slow from Salmon Sorcerer is 5 seconds, same thing with this guy, just place him down. There, it slows them down to half speed for 5 seconds. So you want them to be very much spaced out. You want your first one to be placed over here. There we go. As you can see, we're slowing them down while this guy's actually... No, this one is actually stopping them. Then you will want another slow right over here. One thing you can optimize this to is since there are Salmon Sorcerers, you can switch over to fastest. So this will target the fastest unit that's moving on the map. You will also switch this to fastest. Same application because we want to slow them down. And the moment their slow actually runs out, they will run into the Salmon Sorcerer. Next, you will want another one to guard the back, which will be switched over to fastest. And in case Salmon Sorcerer doesn't slow them fast enough, you can also place another one right over here. Same thing, you want to switch this to fastest so that it will never target the units that are actually slowed. Now that you have the hard part, then you have the best placements down. Next thing you need to do for the challenge is, of course, get rid of it. We'll actually pull this up so you can see we're already at 500. You will need this to go all the way up here. Nice, right? And speaking of, I have the equipment right here. Ideally, this is a mythic. The bamboo bottle does very little, honestly. It's not going to be that quick, but it's still quite helpful. It gives you range. Of course, ideally, that's mythic. I can actually move this right now. I think I'm going to do it. I kind of butchered the spot a bit, so I'm going to place this right here. Now, this is a better spot. This actually circles the entire area, and we do have the reset back. And we still have 4 different upgrades, which means we're going to bring it up all the way, so it's fine. You can actually bring this to a upgrade 7, and then upgrade 8 for the other one. And as you can see, my stats... Wait, no, this one. I only have triple S. If you have this at Z, it's going to deal a ton more extra damage, which is why this run is not that optimized and other people hit 1.1k. It's just very simple because I don't have triple Z. And then for these ones, of course, my units, these slow units, they're just, look at this. Salmon Sorcerer has triple S on everything except for range. We have Kunai and the Spear. These decrease the SPA. We also have Inverse. Inverse is very important. This is the unit. I'm going to show you guys later. Actually, no, I can just show it right here. It's important that the equipment that is equipped is going to be Inverse. Inverse means if it's actually placed down, he does the 65% slow right away. If it's the other one, he has to be maxed out to deal the 65% slow. And this one is equipped on Salmon Sorcerer minus nearly 9 SPA. It's super helpful. Minus nearly 7 SP on Ice Queen and nearly minus 6 on Ice Mage. As you can see, it's not super optimized. Ideally, everything is mythic, but this will actually work out. And the rest of the kunais, they're just at epic. Look at how much room to grow there are for the SPAs. My Dark Mage has nearly 18%, and then these ones obviously I'm not using. My Dark Mage Shinigami Sword is also not maxed out, although that doesn't really do anything anymore. There's too many mobs anyway. So I have double mythic on both. Ideally, you want 5% damage on the damage stat. Obviously, I don't have a damage stat that is at 5%, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully soon, I will be able to get it. And so that is also the equipments done. We still have 5 minutes left. And one more important thing, I'll show you guys later on. Make sure you guys don't click off. There's actually also another cheat strat for this. Very helpful. And right now, we already have it minus down. Ideally, actually, I had the better spot. I would much rather use this spot. I just realized it doesn't cover it. So right over here. So that the mobs over here will actually get reset as well. One more thing you can do, right, since this isn't unbound, you will want to place a puppet down, and since it has no upgrade, right? In case something goes wrong, you can sell this puppet and upgrade this one instead to rewind them. Make sure you guys have this off if you want to be as optimal as possible, but right now I'm not struggling, so I'm just going to on it again. So here is going to be the first boss, the Demon of Obedience. This is going to be very rough because that's the highest HP mob in the map right now. And you can see it's slowly getting very dangerous indeed. So I think I'm going to have this off now. And one more thing you can do, you can actually move your Salmon Sorcerer when it starts getting really difficult. Just sell it and put it at the back end, which will help you guys out a lot more. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this guy down right over here, because I believe it's actually done. This is going to be very, very difficult to defend now, so I'm going to place this down. And for my Gother, I'm just going to wait for these units to go really far, and I'm going to reset them right now. So the very front ones will actually go backwards. We are currently at 875. So this is going to be super, super close. I'm doing a full run-through of how to actually do this, full tutorial, so that everybody will actually know how to do. It's very crazy, by the way. Look at this. 5,000 damage, and we only deal 2.5, 2.6 since it's half. He still does so much damage to these mobs. And believe me, these mobs are already over 600k HP. So it is getting very, very difficult already. I'm going to unfortunately need to replace this already. And let's clip that. We're going to rewind everyone. We're going to sell... No, we're going to keep this on so that we can actually tell the timer. Although this is slowly getting very, very rough, guys. Will we actually make it to the 1k mark? It's going to be very close. We're going to sell this. We're going to put the Ice Queen right over here. We are still far, far away from it. You're going to want to move all your Salmon Sorcerers at the back now. There's really no point of putting them at the front. And we do have 3 lives, so you need to remember that. And now we're going to put down this Gother right over here and rewind everyone one more time. Turn this off. We are at 951. We will be losing 3 HP, though unfortunately, I don't think we're going to reach 1k. This run's actually going to be significantly worse. But that is pretty much the gist of the tournament. It is going to be heavily reliant on the RNG, but that is pretty much how you get at least top 10 in your bracket. Make sure you guys do subscribe.